Hi there, this is video 42, and we are looking at how to figure out how much a loan payment is going to be. Okay, so we are going to do 2 practice questions and then an actual application, because what I've been trying to do is let's just worry about the math to begin with, and then let's see how they work in a question rather than trying to do them at the same time. So we introduced the formula probably in the last, I say probably because I'm shooting these videos out of sequence. So 48,000 is equal to some regular payment. So, 480,000. This is whatever the loan is for. And there's your interest. Those are your time periods. And I can't tell from the question whether this is a monthly payment, but almost all of these are monthly. Anyway, we still approach it the same way as we almost always have. You should be familiar with this. Right? Always do that stuff within the bracket first. And my apologies to all of you. I was, one of the students pointed out that you can't see when I write in pencil. So I'm flipping over to pen, at least for these last 3 videos. And I'm sorry that the other ones were in pencil. You have trouble reading them. 1 minus 1.005 to the minus 40. Make sure you don't lose that minus. Over 0.005. Ooh, sorry, shooting this at night. Got some really iffy lighting here too. Oh well, I'm almost done. I have 3 left to do. 480,000 is equal to R1 minus. Okay, here comes the magic. 1.005. And let's see, on this calculator, it's the Y to the X button, which still gives us that caret. And I got to go minus 40. That's what the key punches are on this specific one. All right. 0.819138886. This number is always going to be less than 1. If it isn't, I'd be willing to bet that you didn't get that negative to work properly for you. So try it. Make sure you know how to do the key punches on the calculator. Divided by 0.005. So 480,000 is equal to R. And I'm going to go 1 minus 0.8191386. So 0.1808614. I mean, it's not really that different than any of the other ones. What we do is we simplify this side as much as we can. This side just takes a little bit longer. Now I'm going to divide 0.005. So 480,000 is equal to R. And I'm left with 36.7228. Move my paper over so you can see my calculator all the time. There, that's much better. $480,000 divided by 36.172228. So my regular payment is going to be $13,269.85. So that seems like I may have made a mistake. That seems really, really high, doesn't it? Oh, let's do a quick check. Oops. If I go 13,269.85 times. Now, this part, tells me on it how many payments there were. Times 40. Please, what did it do? 13,269.5 times 40. I guess so. That's just an awful lot of money to pay off in 40 payments. So what I did is I took this and I went times 40 and I got 530,794. So this isn't that far off from that. In my brain, I had it to be like a huge number, like over $1 million, in which case, oh, can you hear that? Hey, beep. Okay, so little Miss Jellybean saw something out the window that she took a dislike to. Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is whatever this is times the number of payments, which is that up there, should be bigger than that. I'd also know if this grand total here was less than that, I'd know I'd made a mistake too. I just thought it was really high. All right, let's try the next one. Same process. And as always, why not turn off the video and try it yourself and then turn it back on. Or by the time you're seeing this video, you will have the answer key. All right, 2,500 is equal to R1 minus 1.03 to the minus 75, oops, over 0.03. 250 net 2,500 is equal to R1 minus, okay, 1.03 to the power of minus 75. 108,945,211. You know what, if you guys are clever and want to be lazy, sorry, that didn't come out right. Figure out how to use a memory query on your calculator. I just end up keep using different calculators, so I haven't bothered doing it, so I'm just lazy and I write it out all the time. Over 0.03. 1 minus 0.108,945,211. 0.89105478. Okay, so we're going to divide that to 0.03. So 2,500 is equal to R, 2970 to 9.7018263. And we divide each side by that. So 2,500 divided by 29.7018263. So 84.17. All right, I'm just going to do a quick check. I'm going to take that. You don't have to do the check, but I really hate making mistakes because then I have to reshoot the video. I'm going to multiply without even clearing it on here. 75, and I get 6,000. It's over it. It seems like a lot, but there's also, this tells me it's an awful lot of payment, so it's probably spread out over a long time. So there's a fair amount of interest. I think it's good. But there is always the ongoing promise that if you find a mistake when I do my math, and you can email me and show me the correction, I will happily give you bonus marks and my undying gratitude. Okay, Let's take a look and see how this works when we actually have a question. Okay, Billy Bob took out a $25,000 loan to buy a bass boat. He financed it at 6.9% per year compound monthly for 5 years. Calculate his monthly payments. Okay. My first thought is, I should have left myself more room, but that's okay. Let's see. So on payments, regular amount, I and N. We have 5 years, monthly, 6.9, and there's our loan. So I'm going to go 5 years times 12 is equal to 60. My interest is 6.9 divided by 100 divided by 12. 6.9 divided by 100 divided by 12. If anybody wants to, yes, you could just divide by 1200, but it's okay. Equals 0.00575. And the amount of the loan is $25,000. Okay, now we need our formula. I'm just going to sneak so I can see up at the top. So payment is equal to the regular amount, 1 minus 1 plus I to the minus N, oops, all divided by I. So 25,000 is equal to R, 1 minus 1 plus 0.00575 to the minus 60, all divided by 0.00575. Okay, 25,000 So formula, plug it in. This is my priority. That's number 1. 0.00575. This is next, my exponent. Being careful not to lose the negative. Okay, so I must be lazily than my calculator. I have 1. Boom, there we are. And exponent minus 60. So my calculator, I have to hit the minus first and then 60. Might be slightly different on yours. Don't, probably not the negative key. You should have one that looks like this, or it might have, it might look like this on some calculators. Anyway, equals 0.7089204484, 0.00575. This comes next. 25,000. And yes, we're doing absolutely nothing with $25,000 yet. Eventually we'll get to do something with that. So 1 minus 0.70892044, 0.2910799516. So as always, what we're trying to do is simplify one side as much as we can. So we are almost done. So now we're going to do this division stuff. So I can still have my answer in my calculator, divide by 0.00575. So 2,500 is equal to R times 50.6 2, 2, ow, 5, 2, 4, 5, 2, 6, 2, 2, 5, 2, yeah, okay. I'm going to divide everything by 50 and all those numbers by this side and by 50 with all those numbers. I just so ran out of room. So 2,500 divide by 50.62252.452. So R is equal to 49.39. So I rounded to 2 decimal places, so the 3/8, that 5 brings it up. I found, especially to match the answers in the back of the textbook, if you're using a textbook or something like that, using the textbook, you need to carry all the decimals all the way through until the very last step. All right, now it says do 2 calculations to show your answer is reasonable. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this. So that's his monthly payment, and times 12 times a year times 5. Or I could have just went by 60, which is the number of payments he has to make, or the number of time periods. They're both the same thing. Okay, so I'm just going to go from here. Nope. 49.39 times 60. Now, that answer should be what? It should be bigger than this, right? Because this includes the interest. So it should be bigger than that. Boom. Yay. 29. What? Oh. Did you guys see what I did? Okay. 63.40. See the mistake? I see the mistake. Okay. And that's why you want to check. Actually, this seems like really cheap, like a $25,000 loan and you're paying like $50 a month on it. Okay. Anybody see the mistake? I hope you were yelling at me when I made it. It's right here. I lost one of my zeros. So, and of course it happens on the video. I'm using pen. So I'm going to have a 0 here. And let's try that again. So 25, 1,000 divided by 50.62252.452. Oh, look, I should have seen that. I was going to move my decimal place one spot. So now we get R is equal to 493.85. That makes more sense, right? And we're going to multiply that by 12 and by 5. So 493.85 times 12 times 5. All right, that's so much better. There we go. 29,000. Much, much better. The other one was a heck of a deal. So that's one way to do it. So the easiest way to check is if you multiply by your number of payments. So again, it was times 12 because it's 12 payments a year, and times 5 because we're 5 years, or just pull your number of payments for that. Whatever works for you. This answer needs to be bigger than that. If it's not, then something's wrong. So like, when I got that $2,000, yeah, something's wrong. And most of the time with me, maybe it's just me, especially when my answer's like really, really stupid, like hugely big or stupidly small, it usually means you lost a 0 somewhere or you gained a 0 somewhere along the way. So that's one way to do it. Another way to check is kind of go the opposite way. You take 25,000 and you divide it by 12 and you divide it, by 5. So it won't make any difference, but it's easier to explain. So $25,000 divided by 5, that's going to be $5,000 a year he has to pay off. And then divided by 12, and that'll give you how much he has to pay per month if he didn't have to pay any interest. So if he magically got some loan when he didn't have to. So 25,000 divided by 5, okay, $5,000 a year, divided by 12. So per month, he's going to be 416.67. So that is how much he'd pay if he didn't have to pay any interest. So I would expect my monthly payment, which was $493, should be bigger than that. So it's not perfect, but it kind of gives you two different ways that you can check. It needs to be bigger than this, and when you multiply it out, this needs to be bigger than that one. All right, that is the end of the video.